Everyone, we've made it.
Good morning.
Okay, Annie, take it away.
I have myself, Annie Cathy, Emmy Bristow, Jackson Lee, Kayla Talbert, Kyla Leonards, Melissa Fisher, Michelle Denman, Rich Marcelli, Sarah Bell, Violet Plummer, Connor McCauley, MCAT, and it looks like in 206 we have Commissioner Strohmeyer, Commissioner Vero, Commissioner Slotnick, Ann Hughes, Chris Lounsbury, Matt Lotzenheiser, and somebody in the corner I can't see.
Tyler. Where's Tyler?
There's Tyler Burnett, and who's across from Chris?
Casey Ganley.
Thank you, Casey. I think that's it.
Thanks, Annie. Is there any public comment on items not on the agenda?
Well, I will just add for those folks who are not aware, condolences to the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes and Celis Kalispe Culture Committee on the passing of Tony Inkashola, who is a tribal elder and also was the director of the Culture Committee. So big loss for the tribes.
When did he die?
Tuesday.
Thank you. Consent agenda, we're gonna pull item number 11, postpone it. But is there anything else that needs to be looked at, or does anyone have comments?
Mostly employment
A
agreements.
lot of employment
PhD.
agreements.
It's that time of year.
Yeah. I would move that we approve the consent agenda minus item 11.
I will second that.
Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Was your item on the consent agenda?
It was.
Oh, shoot.
I told Brian that I was only here in case of a
Okay,
Number one, mobile home tech, 1 and 2.
sorry.
1 and 2. We'd already talked to you guys about
Okay, yeah, thank you.
it. Thanks.
Okay. Under Sheriff Maricelli. Action item number 1.
Good morning. So what I'm bringing for you today is, this is just a second amendment to the service agreement that we have between the Missoula County Sheriff's Office and the Frenchtown School District. And basically what they provide, they kick in $30,000 towards the school resource officer program. And it kind of covers the 3 different schools kind of combined in the Frenchtown area. So this is just an extension of what we've already been doing, and just a renewal of that contract.
Thank you. What's the total, total cost of the contract? Or what am I trying to say?
It's 30,000 per year, and I believe it's a 3-year contract this time.
Okay,
We kick in the rest. It's probably close to
Correct.
7.
okay.
Rich, the dates that are listed here are January of 2023 through 2025. So just curious why the dates are what they are and why we are approving it so far out.
I did see that, and I'm not 100% sure why, other than possibly just the time between now and when it lags. I really don't know. I can look into that if that's significant, but I don't have a real good answer for that.
Chris, do you have a
I don't.
suggestion?
I think it's fine. I wonder if this has more to do with the school's budget process than it does ours, as they head into summer, if the school district's just looking to renew.
Rich, it's not a major deal, but just for informational purposes, if you could track that down for us at some point.
Absolutely, I will. Yep.
Any other discussion?
No, I would move that we approve the second amendment to the services agreement.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Rich.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it, and I'll track that down for you.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye.
Kayla with alcohol tax refund.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. Good to see you all again. Kayla Talbert with Grants and Community Programs. I'm here to request that the board approve the FY23 Alcohol Tax Fund Service Provider Designation Form, which allows the county commissioners to designate state-approved substance use disorder prevention and treatment providers to receive the earmarked alcohol tax money for the treatment of for the purpose of said treatment and prevention services. As you all know, this is the money that we receive from DPHHS from the sale of alcohol. Every year they give us designated alcohol designation. And as you can see on the form, we are going to provide, or we are recommending that we provide Open Aid Alliance 30% of the designation, All Nation Health Center 30%, Western Montana Mental Health Center 30%, Guided Healing Trails 7%, and Youth Dynamics 3%. For next steps, if you guys approve this designation form, we will send it back to DPHHS for final approval. And then in early to late fall, we will get the actual alcohol designation amount, and then we will have those agencies submit a detailed budget and work plan, and then we can get under contract with each of them for these services.
I think I said refund, but I did not mean that.
We're kind of getting.
Yeah. Thank you. How do you guys feel about
We've
this?
been through this.
We've been
Yeah.
through it, so I would move that we approve the designation form.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Thank you so much.
Thanks, bye.
Casey, it's you. Casey Gannon.
All right, so what we have is a professional service agreement with WGM Group to help with design, permitting, and construction services for the relocation of the TSOS site. So with the pallet shelters and stuff like that. So they're already working on the project for the detention center access at this location that we're looking at. So it's a good combination to use them since they're already familiar with the site and everything like that. Hopefully can coordinate some construction services to save some costs as well. So
Great.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. And for the sake of media on the line, we actually do have a site in mind. And that's contrary to what some letters to the editor in the Missoulian might have indicated, that somehow we have these pallet shelters stored.
This is the name of the
and no-
company.
no
They're not
place-
pallets.
Yeah.
Radically inaccurate letters to the editor.
Yes, we're not scratching our heads as far as where to deploy these. We know where they will be, and this contract will further that. And as Juanita mentioned, these are not made out of wood pallets. Pallet is the name of the company that constructs these things.
These shelters are insulated, heated, air conditioned. You plug them in. It costs about $8,500 a piece and are in fact actual housing.
Yep. And then we'll also have, offices for providers and security at the site, as well as a kind of communal area for pre-residents to use.
Yeah. One building that have water in it.
Yep, there'll be
All the water
bathroom
stuff.
services and then also.
So, there's a hand up.
Yeah.
Connor.
Yeah, can I just ask Josh, is that
Sure,
8,500, is that annually?
No, that's what it costs to buy these shelters.
Oh, cool, okay. And then and just benefits of moving the site, or why you're moving the site. I know you've talked about this before, but just for this sake.
The current site is temporary. It's privately owned, and that's the arrangement we made with the landowner. It was that it would be temporary. And this site we own, the county owns the property.
And the current site is in the floodplain, is
And,
it not?
and yeah, it's in the floodplain and it's privately owned, and that was our arrangement.
Perfect, I'm good, thank you.
Thanks. So
Thanks, Connor.
Casey, some community members reached out to me about wanting to see if they could build porches, like a little porch offsite, build a bunch of them and bring them and set them up as a way to make things easier and welcome. And
yeah,
what's your
We're
thought
kind of
on
in the
such a
design
thing?
phase now, and it was definitely a recommendation to have some sort of porch area for
Yeah.
people, since they are such small shelters and utilize the outdoors. Or probably instead of having an elevated porch, probably have some sort of concrete or gravel pad out in front that can be served as a patio, just for better accessibility for people. instead
So
of
should I
having
tell
ramps.
these guys not to do this, or
I mean,
they just brought it as an idea?
yeah, we're welcome to hear ideas for them or
Okay.
collaborate with them on any kind of we're kind of having WGM handle kind of the hard infrastructure and stuff like that. And then we'll be working with kind of other groups to provide picnic tables and some of the smaller amenities that we can kind of outsource to community
Maybe your
groups to
folks should
provide. So
Yeah,
talk to Casey about what's needed.
So when the pallet shelters, are they sitting on like 4 concrete blocks kind of thing?
they'll probably be anchored into either a gravel or concrete pad, so straight on the ground. So we're gonna.
Oh, so if there was to be a porch, it would have to be
A pad.
low enough to the ground that you could step from. So
Exactly.
you could recess the 4 concrete piers so they step out of the door onto.
Yeah, there's lots of options you can do.
Yeah.
You could raise it up, but then you have a step to which.
We don't want
Yeah,
stuff.
we
right?
Kind of
you want
avoid steps. We
smooth.
just want to keep everything.
Yeah, it was that one, and the other folks approached me as around painting.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about painting
They were
options.
just-
I know they keep them white in terms of keeping energy costs down and stuff like that, but
If we could look into it a little bit.
some
if
places
they were-
have painted them, I think, but
If-
the idea is that they have a material that cleans easily and stuff
Yeah.
like that, so you might ruin that if you're adding paint to
I'm
it.
talking about the outside. So if the outside, if the roof was painted a typical
Yeah.
residential roof color and the walls were painted a typical house color, not bright purple or magenta, but a kind of typical subtle or color
Yeah.
value, that when you're driving by, it wouldn't look like emergency FEMA housing.
Yeah.
And it was a disaster. It would look like, oh, these little cottages, which I think aesthetically would really be good for everyone.
Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to Pallet in terms of what recommendations.
Thanks
they
a
have
lot.
in terms
That's
of-
great. And I'll connect the potential porch builders.
That'd be great, yeah.
And what they were hoping to do is see if they could come up with a design that you would go for, build them off-site, and then bring
Bring
them
them in.
over.
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Thanks.
Any other discussions? And Connor, you know where this location is?
Yeah, it's next to the jail, correct? Above the housing units that are going in right now. Not above, kind of to the
West,
west. Okay.
or
Great.
North.
north?
North.
North.
Adjacent to.
Adjacent to, there we go.
On
yeah.
Broadway, off of Broadway.
Yeah,
Somebody can-
Yes.
I wanted to check it out.
I think I actually have been out there already, but I need to make sure on that.
You feel free to reach out to me, Connor, if you want clarity on that, so.
Okay, thank you.
okay, any other discussion?
Did we make a motion already?
Not yet, yeah,
I would move we approve the PSA with WGN.
sorry, yeah,
Second.
just to double check, any other discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye,
Thanks.
Great,
Casey.
thank you,
All right.
appreciate it.
It's a big
Yeah.
deal.
well done. And when do we hope to,
Yeah, we're moving forward as quickly as possible, so we've been in kind of design phase and early stuff, so we're closing in on the final design, and then we'll kind of get it in front of city council for approval and permitting on that side as well, so.
Great.
Plan is to have it operational by about November, so.
Great. Be good.
great,
What,
Thank you.
what sort of work has to happen?
You know,
Physical work.
yeah, we have to bring in utilities, so bringing in sewer and water lines to the site. We need to we're still waiting on MDT approval for that.
We're actually
access,
headed this
so-
weekend to paint Maclong's house, hoping that will help.
Yeah. So a lot of definitely waiting on, I mean, things are moving forward, banking on that coming through, so
Yeah.
we're not necessarily delaying because of it, but
Good,
that is kind of
good.
the linchpin of the whole project, so.
To bring utilities.
But groundwork, paving, parking lot, that kind of stuff, and then like hitting pads, and then deploying the shelters should be pretty easy. We'll work with Pallet. That's only a couple days to
Yeah.
deploy the actual buildings, and then the other units, like the bathroom units and the kind of office space, are all trailer units that we can just pull into place on.
Are they bolted together?
The pallet
So,
shelters? Yeah, I think it's like 26 lag bolts that bolted together, and then there's different anchoring systems, but you need certain anchoring them to the ground for just wind.
I bet the folks who approached me about porches would be into helping a volunteer day to put them up if that would be.
Yeah,
used.
that'd be great once we kind of get the schedule
Yeah.
lined out and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
fantastic, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thanks for all your work on this.
Matt Lotzenheiser, did I say it right? Oh.
You're great.
Lotzenheiser. With Historical Fort Museum.
So I have.
Want to talk to your own about?
Yeah, I do want to talk to you.
A little bit.
Your own contract, or maybe Chris wants to talk about
Yeah,
it.
maybe Chris should talk
I
about it.
say, I think Matt negotiated.
I did.
This time, so yeah.
It's funny because none of you guys were commissioners at this point. I remember the first contract I did sitting here and they said, okay, tell us. And I just, I should sign my contract.
I'm recommending you sign my own.
So our department's a little different in that we do have a commissioner appointed board of trustees, of course. So I report essentially directly to them as well as to Chris, kind of in a roundabout way, I guess. But and then you guys would be trustees. So I did work with HR as well as my trustees to come up with this. It's essentially the same language as my previous contracts. This will actually be my fourth contract with the county, so got a little ways to go before I catch Jerry Marks. But essentially, there's not much different in it. I feel like obviously we've accomplished a lot in the last 8 years, and we have some pretty big things on the agenda with the construction project and accreditation in 2024, 2025. So this will get me through our reaccreditation review, which should take place, like I said, in 24 or early 25.
So Matt or Chris, for folks who are out there unfamiliar with the relationship between Missoula County and Historical Museum at Fort Missoula, folks might be thinking, well, typically if you have an independent governing body or board, governing board for an organization, an executive director would be employed by, fully separate from Missoula County and employed by that entity. Could you describe how it is that we have this arrangement where you have an independent board of trustees, but also you were employed by Missoula County?
Do you want me to do the history, or would you like to, Matt?
I can, I mean, I think it goes back to the 2-mill levy, correct?
No,
Okay,
actually, yeah,
somebody
no. Sorry. So previously, under state statute, fairs and historical districts were allowed to have their own governing board. But when state law changed to dissolve those boards, the authority reverted to the Board of County Commissioners. This county commission appoints a historical museum board and has given it the authority to employ a director, but it is a grant of authority from the commission to that board. And so because that is a grant, you still reserve the authority to sign Matt's employment contract as part of that agreement, but he otherwise works for the executive board of the Historical Museum, but it is a grant of authority from the commission. So it is atypical, like most things. It's typically atypical.
Thank you for
Okay,
that.
thanks.
Any,
I would move that we approve the employment contract.
I'll second that.
any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Thanks for all your
Thanks.
good work.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you. With all these big changes you're talking about are just super exciting.
And
Really
I
great.
think Matt brought a paper copy.
I did, and
for
then
signatures.
Kyla also scanned my copy that included the signatures from our chairperson, the trustees, and myself. So that should be.
Okay, so it's in
sitting
your
in
electronic
electronics.
packet.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so I think you should be good to go.
Oh, so we don't need to
Excellent.
sign anything.
Thanks for
Okay.
making the check.
Thank
Thank you guys, I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okie dokie, John Hart.
Good morning, Commissioners. I brought to you a subdivision improvements agreement and guarantee relating to the Double G Ranch subdivision. I apologize, I can't tell you exactly where that subdivision is, but I can tell you that you approved it as recently as October 22nd of last year, so maybe you remember where it is. They are ready to file the final plat, and yet there are some road improvements that need to be constructed in the future. The estimated cost, including a contingency for those yet to be completed improvements, is $47,900.87. The developer, Double G Rentals LLC, is promising to complete those improvements by April 5th of 2024 and has given a letter of credit to Missoula County from Trail West Bank in that exact amount of $47,900.87. I've reviewed this. I've approved it as to form and content, and my recommendation is that the county enter into this improvements agreement for the Double G Ranch subdivision. Do you have any questions?
Don't, it, sounds like a letter of credit from a reputable bank, so we're good.
I think we're good.
All right, I would, move we approve the subdivision improvement agreement.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners.
Jackson Lee. State of Montana's NASPO Value Point Master Agreement.
Good morning. Yeah, this contract is for the addition of a swing set to the Clearwater Park Playground project up in Sealy Lake. This action is supplemental to earlier commissioner action, which was the main playground feature. And this equipment is also sourced like that main playground feature from a reputable vendor and meets national standards. And I think lastly for this one, an update I have is we're still tracking for August for playground install with the Sealy Lake Lions Club.
Fantastic. Does this also include like the bedding or whatever, the fall pad, the fall surface?
Yeah, we're sourcing fall zone material, and Pyramid Lumber provided the perimeter border for the project too. So
Okay,
Oh,
thank you.
you bet.
All right, I would move that we approve the use of the state of Montana NASPO Value Point Master Agreement.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Good work, Jack.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Kyla Leonards with the Tom Green Memorial Advisory Group, Park Advisory Group.
Morning, Commissioners. We have two terms that expire June 30th of this year. Eva Rock, who's the current member, has submitted a letter of interest and is eligible to continue serving. Chris Behan has sent in a letter of resignation. We had one new applicant, Elizabeth Olson. So that we have a request to reappoint Eva to a new 3-year term through June 30th, 2025, and to appoint Elizabeth Olson to a 3-year term through June 30th, 2025 to the Tom Green Memorial Park.
Fantastic. They'd be lucky to have Betty
And Eva. too.
and Eva. Yes.
Yeah, I would, with my turn or your turn?
Go for it.
I would move we re-up Eva and get Betty on there.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Kyla.
Kyla.
Thank you.
Any correspondence? Discussion items, events and invitations. Okay, have a great
Thanks,
day,
everybody.
everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks. Oops.
Goodbye.
Hey, commissioners, while
Oh.
I've got you right there, I am gonna attend the public meeting this afternoon remotely.
Okay.
I'm double booked, and so I'm trying to, I'll stick with that meeting until the bitter end, but then I need to be mobile to a new meeting. So
Okay.
just letting you know that.
Thank you.
Okay, see you then.
All
Yeah.
right. Goodbye.